Star Wars 4: A New Hope. IMDb 8.6. This contains spoilers in order to give you the best grasp of the story. Rebel Alliance spies have stolen plans to the Galactic Empire's Death Star space station, a space station with the ability to destroy entire planets. Leia Organa of Alderaan has obtained the schematics after them being beamed aboard the Tantive 4 during the events of Rogue One. Tantive 4 gets captured by the Star Destroyer under Darth Vader's command. Attempting to hide the plans and send them to Rebel Command, Princess Leia hides the plans in the astromech droid R2-D2 who, with protocol, droid C-3PO escape to the nearby planet of Tatooine, where they are captured by Jawas and are sold to Owen Lars and his nephew Luke Skywalker. While cleaning up the droids, Luke discovers a partial hidden holographic message in R2-D2 requesting the aid of Obi-Wan Kenobi, whom Luke thinks is a relative of old Ben Kenobi, who lives on Tatooine. That night, R2-D2 wanders out in search of Obi-Wan, causing Luke to go out searching for R2-D2 with C-3PO in his land speeder. After finding R2-D2, Luke is set upon by Sand People, only to be saved by Old Ben. Later in Old Ben's house, he reveals himself as Obi-Wan Kenobi, a old Jedi Knight whom fought alongside Luke's father, also a Jedi Knight, during the Clone Wars. Ben says that Luke's father was murdered by a Jedi student of Ben's, Darth Vader. Ben gives Luke his father's old lightsaber and then offers to train Luke in the ways of the Force. Although Luke initially declines Ben's offer, he is left with no choice after discovering that his aunt and uncle have been killed by stormtroopers who have been searching for R2-D2 and C-3PO. Going to a cantina in Mos Eisley to search for transportation to Alderaan, Luke runs afoul of two local residents, which causes a confrontation in which Ben is forced to use his lightsaber. Luke and Ben find a pilot, Han Solo, his co-pilot Chewbacca, and his ship the Millennium Falcon, to take them to Alderaan with no questions asked, a condition which Han Solo uses to sneak in an extra fee. Before leaving, Han Solo is confronted by a bounty hunter Greedo, who confronts Han on his outstanding debt to Jabba the Hutt, after which Han is forced to shoot Greedo to get out alive. At the Millennium Falcon, Solo is confronted by Jabba the Hutt, who agrees to give Solo Abbott extra time to pay of the debt that Solo got when Solo dumped spice into space when being boarded by Imperials. Before the Falcon can reach Alderaan, Grand Moff Tarkin uses the Death Star to destroy Alderaan in order to interrogate Princess Leia for the location of the Rebels' hidden base. Upon the Falcon's arrival to Alderaan's old location in space, the Falcon is trapped in the Death Star's tractor beam and is brought on board the space station. Obi-Wan leaves the Falcon to disable the tractor beam, and after Luke finds out Princess Leia is on board and scheduled for execution, convince Han and Chewbacca to help him rescue her. Obi-Wan sacrifices himself in a lightsaber duel with Darth Vader to give Luke, Leia, Han and Chewbacca, along with the droids, time to escape the Death Star. Leia directs the Falcon to the Rebels' base on Yavin 4. Using a tracking device, the Empire tracks the Falcon to the hidden Rebel base. The schematics of the Death Star reveal a hidden weakness in a thermal exhaust that would allow a well-placed proton bomb to trigger a chain reaction blowing up the space station. Han leaves the Rebels to pay of Jabba after collecting his reward for rescuing Leia. Luke joins the Rebels' starfighter in a desperate attack against the approaching Death Star. In the battle, the Rebels lose the majority of their force to Darth Vader and his squadron of TIE fighters. Han and Chewbacca suddenly return to aid Luke and the remaining Rebel fighters and hits the TIE fighters just before Luke would have been shot down. Guided by the voice of the spirit of Obi-Wan, Luke uses the Force to aim his torpedoes into the Death Star's exhaust port, destroying the Death Star moments before it could destroy Yavin 4 and the Rebels' base. Luke and Han are awarded medals for their heroism.